On today's show, we'll discuss Discovery Island at Walt Disney World and Disney legend Joe Fowler. It's July 9th, and it's time for Today in Disney History.
I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse.
Today in Disney history, in 1894, Disney legend Joseph Fowler is born in Lewiston, Maine. A veteran of both world wars, Joe designed and supervised the building of gunboats in Shanghai, China during the 1920s. He later designed and built aircraft carriers including the USS Lexington and the USS Saratoga, which were the largest aircraft carriers of World War II. After retiring from the U.S. Navy in 1948, Fowler was overseeing the construction of tract homes in the San Francisco region when Walt Disney came looking for a naval expert to help with the building of the paddle steamer Mark Twain. Within a few years, not long after celebrating his 60th birthday, Joe met Walt Disney through a mutual friend and soon began his successful 25-year career with Walt Disney Productions. He oversaw construction of Disneyland and went on to manage its operations after it opened. Appropriately, Walt also cast him as technical advisor of the award-winning live-action film 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. During the 60s and 70s, Joe was charged with the task of planning and building Walt Disney World. At one point during the Florida project, Joe held 3 posts simultaneously: Senior Vice President Engineering and Construction for Walt Disney Productions, Chairman of the Board of WED Enterprises, now known as Walt Disney Imagineering, and Director of Construction for Disney's Buena Vista Construction Company. Joe Fowler retired from Disney in 1978 and passed away on December 3, 1993, at the age of 99 in Orlando, Florida. Tributes to the Admiral can still be found in the parks that he helped build. The harbor used as dry dock for Disneyland's SS Columbia and paddle wheeler Mark Twain is dubbed Fowler's Harbor and features a building known as Fowler's Inn. At Walt Disney World, one of the ferries that transports guests across the Seven Seas Lagoon to the Magic Kingdom was rechristened the Admiral Joe Fowler in his honor. Today in Disney history, in the year 1999, Walt Disney World's Discovery Island closes 25 years after it opened. Disney purchased the island in 1965 and originally called it Blackbeard's Island. The island remained undeveloped until 1974 when it was renamed Treasure Island. The Buena Vista Construction Company added between 15,000 and 50,000 cubic yards of dirt to increase the island to 11.5 acres. The pirate-themed island, complete with shipwreck, opened on April 8, 1974. It could only be accessed by boat, and in the early years the island could be accessed by water launch or by the narrated World Cruise Sidewheeler, which included refreshments. In 1977, when the island changed names again to Discovery Island, the first 2 attractions built on the island were the Walk-Through Aviary and Thirsty Perch snack bar and gift kiosk. Later, many areas were added to the island, including Parrot's Perch, which had shows starring various parrots held 4 times a day, Monkey Colony, Trumpeter Springs, home to the largest member of the swan family, the trumpeter, Bamboo Hollow, Primate Point was home to lemurs, and an African aviary was nearby. Vulture's Haunt, Toucan Corner, Crane's Roost, Avian Way, Flamingo Lagoon, Rookery Pond, Tortoise Beach, Eagle's Watch, and the snack bar called the Outback. In 1998, Animal Kingdom opened, diminishing the number of guests which visited Discovery Island. Today, the island still lies in ruins, completely overrun by nature. The main loading dock, for example, where guests would disembark from boats and officially enter Discovery Island, still stands today. The animal inhabitants of the island were relocated to Disney's Animal Kingdom and other zoological parks across the country. The spirit of Discovery Island lives on in the central hub section of Disney's Animal Kingdom, which was originally called Safari Village. But after the closing of Discovery Island, that section of Disney's Animal Kingdom was renamed Discovery Island. The last day of operation for Discovery Island was the 8th, and therefore closed to the public on the 9th. Also today in Disney history, in 1982, Walt Disney's Tron, one of the first films from a major studio to use computer graphics extensively, premieres. A computer programmer is transported inside the software world of a mainframe computer, where he interacts with various programs in his attempt to get back out.